Welcome back. You're watching AfterBuzzTV and our coverage of the Pyeongchang Olympics. All right. Netflix picks next.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzzTV. And now, let the buzz begin.
The Olympics! I hear it too!
Do we have it? Do we have it?
Another song. We can roll with it though.
We have it? Do we not have it?
Well, you told me.
We got lights. We got lights. All right. Perfect. Now, there we go. There's my music. There we go.
We're winning medals already.
Sure. I'm a USA. Wait, let's see. USA won figure skating. Nathan Chet. No, he let me down. Lindsey Vonn. No, Lindsey Vonn let me down. Where did the US not let us down?
It's not always about winning gold. It's about the experiences. Thank you, Mia.
Thank you, medals. Thank you.
Hey guys, welcome back. You're watching Netflix Picks on AfterBuzzTV. I know you're thinking, wait, what happened to Netflix News? Well, we're Netflix Picks, and I'm Rick Hong. You can find me on all social media at Rick Hong, RICKHONG, and I'm joined by Ashley Chaney.
Hi guys, I hope you like the new ring to the name of our show, Netflix Picks. Netflix Picks, it kind of rolls right off the tongue. If you want to tell me that you don't like it or that you do, find me online. I'm at Ashley on camera. Let's talk there.
And Amy Cassandra Martinez.
Hello, everyone. You can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ. It's slightly chilly, so if you see me shaking or making like shivering sounds, then you know it's okay. We're alive.
And we got Steve Kauffman. You can find him exclusively on Twitter, Steve Kaufma. Oh wait, no. We got Mina Wahab in the house.
I look
Mina.
just like him though.
Yeah. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mina Makes Magic.
So Steve, I don't know what Steve's doing, so I decided to bring Mina in and make this an all-girls panel today.
We're here to outnumber Rick tonight and get him back for all the crap that he's given us. So please jump on him on the chat. Get in him. Get him. Don't get in him. Get on him. Get on him in the chat for all the mean things that he said, especially to some of us on this panel.
Yeah.
I'm always nice to Mina. I'm always nice to Mina
Raise
on
your
this
hand
panel.
if you
I haven't
felt
experienced the bad
personally
side of Rick.
victimized.
Yeah, he's been the nicest.
He's going to be on good behavior tonight because you're here, Mina.
Right, exactly. All right, guys, so first up is, you guys know Ryan Murphy, the show creator of Glee, Nip Tuck, American Horror Story, 911. Netflix just gave him $300 million for the next 5 years.
That's it?
Yeah, $300 million?
I sort of have the same thought that you do. $300 million. How much does an average episode of like American Horror Story cost?
$300 million though for 5 years. That's a lot of money. I don't know.
Over 5 years?
Or my other question is, have you ladies watched any of his shows?
Yes.
Which one?
Glee.
Seen Glee.
Okay.
I was at the TCAs for 911. Does that count?
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm just curious to see like who like on this panel kind of watches Ryan. I mean, I know everybody should know, and eventually, if you're watching Netflix, you will know Ryan Murphy for sure. But I just want to know on this panel, like who maybe is a dedicated watcher on this panel of his stuff. Like I used to watch Glee back in the day, catch episodes of 911 here and there, but I have not really watched American Horror Story.
You know my thoughts on horror. That's an absolute no-go. But Glee, yeah, I used to get down with big time. I went to like a CD signing of Glee and met Ryan Murphy and the cast in New York City. Yeah, when I was like a wee.
Which season?
Glee.
Season 1.
Season? Okay.
Yeah.
I saw them in concert at Universal.
Oh, did you? Yeah. I mean, season 1 was awesome. Season 2 was good, and then I think I fell off. But
I'm the same way. I don't know about you ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it here and there, like kind of in and out of it. I was never like a diehard Glee fan.
Gleek.
Gleek. Yeah,
Gleek.
see?
Oh, is that what is that? Okay,
I
that's
wasn't
terminology.
one, but I know the term.
Yeah.
I mean, no. So, did you ladies ever watch like Nip Tuck or? I mean, obviously you didn't watch American Horror Story, but I don't know if you ladies watch. That's probably a big killer here in terms of getting a lot of views. I think is our probably after show for American Horror Story.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to watch it. I've heard really good things, so I just never jumped on that train.
See some people in the chat.
Yeah, I need to get into it. It's just like I have a thing about watching horror at home. I just don't watch horror at all.
Because it's a terrible idea. Because then you're at home in the dark.
Jumpy and restless.
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
It's not. Yeah.
No, we don't
That's
need
fine.
that in our
That's
lives.
fine.
Amy, you're married and you live with someone that can protect you.
Yeah, but what if I'm home alone? Then I have my cat.
Oh yeah, you and your cat, get them.
No, you have a black cat.
Yeah.
So that can like spook away spirits and it's
He's
very
good luck.
or it's very telling of your dark
Spielberg.
heart. I don't know which, but
You know, he's actually really, really cool. So he protects me, and sometimes he just gets a little feisty. which, funny enough, I have a scratch from it. But no, I don't think that scary things deter me away from watching them, just because I used to be really, really scared of, horror. But I don't know. I don't know what changed.
Like, if it's twisted and not like the annoying
Like,
cheap scares, I hate the cheap scares. If
See,
it's
you're
like Gone
fine.
Girl and it's a psychological thriller,
That's not a horror. Yeah, that's
No,
not a
that's-
horror.
I can't do
that's
horror. I can do
different.
psychological thrillers. I love those.
What
Okay.
did you consider Get Out? Did you consider that?
Oh,
That was my favorite movie of last year.
I know we're derailing a little bit, but
Yeah.
No,
this matters for
It's
genres.
Oscar season. I mean, we're probably
I thought
actually.
it was good because it was also in some ways funny, but I mean, obviously, there's so much going on there where there's a lot of social commentary, there's a lot of dark comedy, and I don't know, it was so
Do you
well
say
done.
horror or do you say psychological thriller?
Psychological thriller
Okay.
for sure. I think it was marketed as a horror, but it was definitely.
I just call it a dark
psychological
comedy.
thriller.
I was horrified for an hour watching that film.
I call it
didn't
breezy.
breathe.
Like so great though. It was so unsettling,
It
and
was
there was
amazing,
so
but-
much. Yeah, there
yeah.
were so many like cool things that slipped into there, like a lot of great imagery and like that deer motif.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lots of good stuff.
Cool.
Well, so now Netflix has Shonda. Now it has Ryan Murphy. I guess we're going to see who the next big person is and getting a
Well-
ton of money.
Genji Cohen.
Genji, yeah. Yeah, they've got
Or just-
Genji as well.
Orange is the New Black.
Genji obviously is very famous for many of her shows, but including Weeds, which is
Oh, Weeds,
a
yeah.
marijuana. Is that like not cool to say, guys? Marijuana, weed show, whatever, weed show, and then but Disjointed. I think we were just talking about. Did not get.
Yep,
it had
it-
season 2, and then
Yeah, so if you never jumped on the disjointed bandwagon, which I didn't do, then maybe you don't have to because it only got one season, which is kind of, I don't know, like Netflix is pretty, I don't know like lately if
it
they're.
got 2 seasons, but then it's not.
got 2 seasons?
It's not going after the second season.
Okay, yeah, so it got 2 seasons, but it's not going forward anymore. So I'm sorry for the fans that do love the show I can officially say that it's not, there's no more disjointed.
But maybe you can catch up on all of your weed, pot, Mary Jane, whatever the cool things are, words to say, programming until Genji's stuff starts coming out, because I bet she'll have something.
Like Glow season 2 that she's probably executive producing, which we're waiting. Like Amy and I are dying to wait for the trailer to drop. They just finished
Let's
wrapping a few weeks
do
ago.
I am so pumped. So pumped.
All right, well, I'm gonna move on from showrunners, and something that they dropped this week. I saw it pop up. I knew that it was coming out, and I think it is their way of trying to jump on the Stranger Things bandwagon. And I was very underwhelmed. But a TV show called Everything Sucks.
Yeah.
Did you
I
see it,
have
Amy?
a lot of comments on that.
Yes, please.
So
Jump
first
on.
of all, it doesn't feel anything like Stranger Things. Stranger Things is on a whole new level. I think it's super easy to watch. You don't have to really think about it. It's great to have on. And like I watched 5 episodes, no problem.
Yeah, but
And
did you?
there's-
But were you like? Did you?
I cared about these kids.
Really?
Yes.
See, it's like, every show has like the annoying character, and I was like, every single one of these people are annoying. Therefore, I do not
No.
care about them.
You do not feel any kind of empathy for those kids. You were in that same exact spot.
See, they're trying to trap guys like me because I know the 90s very, very well. I know my 6-pack of Zima, which is in one of the episodes. That's a spoiler. But
Wait, can we back it up? Back the truck up? Beep,
Yeah.
beep, beep, beep. What is this show about?
it's literally Freaks and Geeks meets Stranger Things without the sci-fi fantasy aspect to it. So
But they're
it's about
younger
a,
than Freaks and
It
Geeks,
felt
yeah?
like Goldberg
Yeah.
to me, but 90s instead of 80s.
yeah,
That's
Freaks
how-
and Freaks and Geeks was in the 80s. So
Okay.
this is all set in the 90s, and I think that's the trap. That's the ploy, is that if you have a nostalgia thing, like Stranger Things took place in the 80s, so this one takes place in the 90s. So if you have like nostalgia for the 90s and all things 90s, then I think that's the trap of trying to reel people in, but they're failing. It's just like I feel like it's just like a lot of little gimmicks and props, and I don't
No.
care about the characters.
I care about the characters.
Well, you care. How come you didn't finish it? How many? Like,
No,
there's like.
I have sleeping to do. I have eating to do. Which
Amy
I
has what's
actually-
called a life, Rick.
That-
so we
that's
want to
what
talk
that's
to you
called.
about
There we
that
go.
and what that means.
Oh, but when it comes to
But don't
Stranger
get-
Things, she finished it up in like a day.
No,
like
I did not.
she didn't go out. She was in her pajamas
No,
all day
no,
long,
no.
snuggling with her cat Spielberg, and
Order in the court. No, I like taking my time with things, but with the show, it's so sweet. There are things where I'm like, oh,
It's
and I find
heartwarming.
those- Yes.
Yeah.
Mina, you watched it, right?
Yeah, I watched the first episode.
Okay, great.
And
Thoughts?
like when I first watched it, like I had gotten halfway through, like a little bit through, and I was like, I'm not like in love with it. Then I kept watching a little bit more, and I was like, okay, like I can get down with this. Like
You
this is
can.
okay. Like this is good.
So like
Good-ish,
but like a
good-ish.
slow burn, right? Not like I gotta binge this and try
Oh,
to.
yeah, I have
no,
no
meaning
desire
like
to
you can
binge it.
you
This
can
is
kind of
not
just like watch it
something-
over time, not
Yeah.
necessarily have to watch it in like I can't wait for the next
But it's
episode. I
also
can't
like
wait.
there's nothing that that compels you to want to see the next episode. It's not like This Is Us or like something where it ends in something and you're dying to learn more about the character. They don't
This is
really-
us. This is us. You want to cry every time you watch that show. That's why I don't watch
but
that
you
show.
wanna
You
figure
want to
out
be
what
depressed.
happened. So this doesn't have anything where you're like, let me see what happens. It feels more of like one of those slice of life stories more than something that's plot driven. It's more like character driven.
Yeah, this one
But the
for
characters
sure.
aren't super interesting. They're just cute.
Guys, come
They're
on in the
cute.
chat. Back me up with this, please.
What I will-
What's
what's that?
Said
Oh yeah,
something.
Zayas, what up, man?
Hey, Zayas.
What's your thoughts? Tell me.
So he said earlier, I like the show.
Yeah.
And-
yeah,
other
Zayas,
things.
you don't know what you're talking
we
about,
didn't say we
man.
hated it. We just said
But-
yeah,
but
it's okay. It's
He
good.
also said, whoever said it's Stranger Things obviously didn't watch the show. Did you finish it all?
I watched like 3 episodes, and that's when I was
Dude,
like,
I'm on the 5th episode. No, I finished the 5th episode, and you think that it's like, oh, this is cute, like it's adorable. Let me watch something else. But then it turns into something more beautiful, and there's more meaning behind it. It's not just, it's not Stranger Things or trying to be Stranger Things. It's
no,
its
I'm
own
just
little
I'm just talking
baby
about
thing.
taking a group of high schoolers and like they very much use the world of the 80s for that. So like these guys like a group of like high schoolers and they're using 90s.
Same formula.
Yeah.
Different people.
Right. But like I said, but
so
no, without
different.
the science fiction fantasy. I mean, like they got AV Club,
Okay, fine. So totally different then.
so
That, oh my gosh, no. Okay, I think you guys listening and watching should definitely give it a shot. It's super easily digestible. It's super cute. You don't need to be a fan of the 90s.
You can have it playing
To
in the
watch
background too. You don't really need to.
Because
Be
it'll pull you
invested.
in.
because Amy
It
was
will.
born like in 2010. That's why she's like, you don't be a fan of the 90s. She doesn't know the 90s.
I'm 8. I am
Yeah,
8 years
exactly.
old, guys.
See,
There you
she
go.
doesn't know the
Ah, my
90s.
secret's
She can't
out.
appreciate the 90s like I can. No, I will say here's something I will say this is why you should watch it, is because I really like the fact that they're using a black male character to drive the show kind of as the lead, and then everybody else
so sweet.
surrounding. I really appreciate that. Because there's a lot of different races, Asian, black, that that grew up in like that era of high school, was a nerd, and so like in terms of having a character and focusing a character on that aspect of it is why you should watch it.
Well, I mean, as some
Diversity.
people in our chat room here are talking about, I mean, if everything sucks as the title implies, does the show itself suck?
No.
It's something that you don't need to binge. You can watch very gradually.
Yeah,
But that's why I was like saying
leisurely
it's not Stranger Things. And if you want to see the better version, and I checked to make sure that it was on Netflix, just watch Freaks and Geeks.
No.
Because that you will sit down and you will get sucked in, and then when it's over, you'll be disappointed that it didn't get a season 2. But I think these days, if that would have gone on a Netflix, I think it would have gone for a couple of seasons.
Freaks and Geeks is great. I'm not going to fight you on that.
So you watched it.
I did.
So Ashley knows exactly what I'm talking about. That's the
I enjoyed
smartest
the
thing I've ever heard Ashley Chaney say on this panel.
Get him, you guys. Get him.
Get
Nina,
him.
help.
Insult compliments.
No, I can't talk about this show yet because I haven't watched it yet. I'm still. I mentioned last week, but I'm deep into this episodes.
Oh yeah, what
binge.
season are you on now?
So I'm almost through season 2, and I think there's actually I think there's like 5 seasons. So
yep.
I'm pretty deep in it. This is sort of the curse of season 2. It's starting to slow down and peter out.
Which happens to a lot of series.
A lot of shows. I feel like they weren't maybe anticipating a season 2.
Well, because they
And,
try their hardest in season 1 to make sure that they can get a season 2, and then it's like, oh, now we've got season
we have
2.
to, like,
Okay,
write these
let's
stories.
figure out where we're gonna go with this because we put everything into season 1. It's like sometimes it's like bands. Sometimes like the first album of a band is like one of the best because like they put like all their heart and soul into it, and then like the next album that comes out, it's kind of like, well, we've got to get this stuff out really fast, and people are like, that album wasn't as good as the first album.
Like when we were all forced to watch or listen to U2 on our cell phones. Is that what you're
Yes.
referring to? Yeah.
You too?
It was a
the YouTube album
tragic
that
time.
was force fed down every iPhone
Yeah.
user's throat.
You're an Android user or what?
No, I have an iPhone.
Yeah. You don't remember the time when
Oh,
Here
no,
he is,
because you're talking one of the
everybody.
biggest
Rick just joined.
YouTube fans there is. So that's why I was like, wait, what are you talking about? I was like, when did we have this conversation outside of AfterBuzz? I'm confused. But Mina, since you're on our panel, what is it that you watch? What compels you to watch? Like, what are you watching and what compels you to like either binge it or to slow burn a show.
Okay, well, I actually have a really good recommendation for you guys. It's actually a show I watched last year, but it just came out to Netflix today, and it's called Imposters. And it's a show that I would have never thought that I would like. It was on Bravo.
Oh.
But it's a drama.
Okay.
And Bravo isn't really known for their dramas. That's not really their niche or their area of expertise. But the thing about that show, which makes it bingeable, is that you always want to know what's going to happen next. And I remember when I was watching the show, there was never the option to binge watch it because it was on Bravo and it was released
You had to wait week.
once a week, and I was dying. I was like, why isn't this show on Netflix? Like, this belongs in a different format, and now it's available for everyone to stream right now. So, like, that's probably one of the most bingeable shows.
What is it about?
It's basically about this con artist, this
Yes.
female
I like
con
it. I
artist.
like it already.
Yes, and she's working for some people, and she makes men fall in love with her, and then
Oh, it sounds like all the women that I know.
changes her identity
Women that you should.
depending on who she's with, and like her act, like everything about it. It's so great. It's like the dramatic version of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, which is one of my favorite
The movies
movies
with
from the
Steve Martin,
70s,
and 70s. That's from the 80s. Thank you.
No, it's from the 70s. Michael Caine.
Let's
Steve
get
Martin.
No, 80s.
I'm positive it's late.
And I will
Okay.
bet you $100
I'm
on
positive-
air.
I'm
I will bet you
positive it's
$100
late
on
70s.
air that it's from the
Late
80s.
70s.
Wait. Let's
Late
Let's clearly lay out the
I'm
terms of
positive.
that.
80s.
There's no way it's the 80s. It's
80s.
late
We've got
70s.
Mina saying late 70s, and we've got
On air,
Rick
I'm betting $100.
locking it down for
I'm
80s.
not
Okay.
betting anything.
Wait.
I'm in the entertainment industry.
We're
Dirty-
counting on our people to.
No, Amy.
Okay.
Dirty
Yeah, I got
Rotten
it.
Scoundrels.
That is
Late 70s.
1988.
Dun dun dun.
Oh! Should be $100. $100. Right here. That's how confident I am. That's how confident that I am.
God.
I
Okay.
know
All
my
right.
1980s.
All right.
That's because Rick
Before
was
my
30
time.
in the 1980s.
Yeah,
so he's,
exactly,
like,
exactly.
remembers
So like,
it
I'm
well.
like what?
doesn't
I'm like
age.
60 now or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asian don't raisin. So, who is there somebody that we'd recognize that's in Imposters?
Yeah, Inbar Lavi, who's from Prison Break, is pretty recognizable. Also, Stephen Bishop. I don't know what else he's in actually, but I know he's been in some stuff.
No, you've already-
I'm not selling this at all, but it's. I
No,
swear
you
to
sold
guys,
me.
it's
I'm gonna
so
go home tonight and watch it
good.
after
It's
this.
really good.
Well, a lot of people in the chat
and
room
it
are
gets
like
better.
tuning in just to talk about the Imposters. So if you guys love the Imposters, tell us
Yeah.
below
Yeah.
why. Tell us why you love it. I want to hear.
And also, there's so much about it that's unexpected. There's so many twists and turns. So, like, there's alliances that are being made, and you never know what's gonna happen until you keep watching. And
Sounds
even
like
then,
Survivor.
It's so good. It's so good.
How many seasons are there?
One season, but it actually got renewed for season 2.
Oh, so there's only one. Oh,
So
that's
it's worth
scary.
watching. It's definitely worth watching.
It got picked up again.
Those one season shows freak me out though, because if I fall in love
Yes.
and then it's not going to come
Then
back.
it is.
Hence,
Come back.
Freaks and Geeks. I know. Maybe you shouldn't watch Freaks and Geeks because then you'll be depressed.
It's a tough one to not have.
Is Imposters anything like what Red Sparrow sounds like?
The Jennifer Lawrence movie. Jennifer
mean,
Lawrence coming out in a few
yeah.
weeks.
Red Sparrow sounds like it would be a little bit more intense.
Okay.
It just seems like more of a psychological thriller to me.
Okay.
This one seems more like a drama with bits of dark comedy. I can't envision Red Sparrow having any sort of comedy in it.
Is it a half hour or is it an hour?
Half hour.
Half
or
hour.
actually, I need to double check on that. I'm not sure. I
Okay.
can't remember. But it's
I mean, if it was
really
on
good.
Bravo, it'd be
might have been an
30 to
hour,
45,
actually.
30 to 45 minutes or 30 to
Yeah.
42 minutes because
Yeah.
without the commercials.
Jinx.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's a little longer than 30.
Cool.
Can't
That
remember.
actually, I might try to watch that.
Yeah.
Got a lot of people asking about another show that starts with an I. Are you going to talk about another show that starts with the I? An I? The Innocents?
You bring it up.
What is it?
The Innocents? Do you guys know about The Innocents? We've
I
got some
don't.
people asking in the chat room. I know nothing about it, so that's why I'm asking you guys. Or in the chat, whoever's asking about The Innocents. What do you know about The Innocents, and what should we know about The Innocents that we
Yeah.
don't?
But if I
see.
don't, I will next week.
I know
mean,
Rick is always, if someone's
Yeah,
calls
if you
him
ask
up
me
on a
something, then I'm
challenge.
gonna take a look at it or watch it or at least have some sort of discussion to say what it's about or if I liked it or didn't like it or.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
So-
not on our radar. Whoever's asking about The Innocents, but please put it on ours so that we can
it's a-
talk about it.
It's a film.
The Innocents is a film,
Yes.
hot off the press. Great.
In 19th century Argentina, when a man returns to his family's plantation after 15 years, it revives a violent past, slave abuses, and evil spirits.
Okay. Well, cool.
I mean, if that's the Innocents.
We shall check it out.
That's
Check it
what
out.
that
The Innocents
is.
is about a forbidden romance that ran away from their parents, Cool. Thanks, Ivan.
Looks like it's Guy Pearce.
I'm super
Okay.
curious to
All right,
see
we'll check it
like
out. Cool.
the rating percentages on each show for all of us based on what we watch. I'd really want to know.
Yeah, just give me a
not
thumbs up or
showing-
5 stars. That's what I'll take.
It doesn't even show a percentage for me. What does that mean?
No, it usually does on Netflix.
I know.
So the way it's rated is based on what you watch, not
Yeah.
how good the show actually is.
No, I
So it's
know.
like if you watch a certain type of show, it might have a 99% rating because they think you're gonna love it, but it could be like a terrible show.
I think, but
not
we
showing
had
anything.
we had this conversation. I mean, do you watch? I used to go by the star meter.
Mm-hmm.
It used to give me like normally it was spot on for a long time. Then they went to like thumbs up or percentages based on like what you watch.
Right.
And so the star thing has been failing me more recently. But
Yeah.
does that any of that stuff? Do you like
I think-
because they throw it at you on the algorithm?
Yeah.
What catches you?
Like I think the percentage stuff is usually spot on because, and not always though, because for me, for example, I'll get certain comedies that are recommended to me because I love comedy, but I'm very particular with my comedy. So
give us some examples.
I love Dave Chappelle, but I'm not gonna enjoy like Amy Schumer's stand-up as much as
Get out.
I'd enjoy
Get out of the
Dave
studio.
Chappelle's stand-up.
Hey, congratulations to Amy Schumer. She just got married.
Just
Mazel
got married,
tov,
yeah.
Amy. She's
I don't know
a
who she
chef.
got married to, but she got married. Congratulations.
A chef, because
Her
she's
husband.
smart. Chris
I like
Fisher.
Amy Schumer. I just think when stars get super huge and they get a lot of recognition for their comedy, they start becoming more mainstream and their comedy kind of becomes lowbrow. Like it's
Mina?
harder. It's harder
Nobody's
to
bigger than
keep-
Dave Chappelle. Like he can't.
Well-
He's the exception to the rule. I'm talking about the majority. Dave Chappelle like can leave for 10 years to God knows where, come back and
just a
be
little mental
amazing.
breakdown. Just
No,
to
no,
really
I
hone in
love,
the comedy.
no, because you're actually taking me in the next direction where I was going to go.
Yeah.
So if you guys were anywhere in LA has billboards all over the place, and Netflix buys a lot of these billboards. They had a tambourine up. They had a tambourine up once, and it was like, what is that all about? And it was for Chris Rock's show his like special. They're calling it Tambourine. So that dropped. I haven't seen it yet, but do you watch Chris Rock? I mean, if you like Dave Chappelle,
I feel like I would like his comedy. Like I haven't gotten super into it, but Chris Rock is good too. It's just I have comedians that I like and comedians that I think are very
But
overrated.
Chappelle is up there.
But I'm gonna get so much heat for the people I think are
It's
overrated.
okay.
No, Chappelle's great.
Those are your opinions.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
I'll give you shit. I love Amy Schumer.
Yeah, no, I
Sorry,
like
let's
the
fight about
movie
it.
that she
I'm
had,
kidding.
like, and I think her writing is good, and I like Inside Amy Schumer, but I don't think her latest stand-up comedy special was all that great. And
The
I
leather
think,
special.
which one?
The leather special.
I think it was that one. Yeah.
Ash, did you watch it?
I did. I did watch the leather.
Did you
the
laugh?
Leather special. I did. Sorry, Ames. Like we're BFFs, me and Ames. I don't think it was her strongest either, but just because I think she fell a little bit on some like some
Drugs?
lady part comedies.
kidding.
No. I mean, she was relying heavily on some comedy about like her body parts, which I was like, that's enough. We know that. We know that's there.
yeah, okay.
That's probably good. But I do think she's funny. I have enjoyed all of her films. I liked Snatched. I like Trainwreck. I like the preview for her upcoming film. So she's funny. I like her. I dig her.
Oh, the new.
I feel pretty.
I feel pretty.
Yeah.
I like the title.
She was supposed to be in the Barbie movie.
Yeah, and they replaced
And then
her.
she dropped out.
I thought they replaced her with someone else.
I think she dropped out. Maybe I don't know if it's a scheduling thing or maybe like they went in a different kind of direction. And I think Anne Hathaway signed up now to be in that
that's a
movie.
good
But
thing.
I love the
I
idea that Amy
love
Schumer was
Anne
gonna be
Hathaway
in
so much.
the Barbie movie.
Yeah.
I actually liked that. I thought that was
changes-
gonna be hilarious.
That
Yeah.
changes things. I wonder why. That changes things for me. Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway kind of looks like a Barbie as it is.
I feel like the movie is going to be totally different with Anne Hathaway. Like, it would have been probably really funny with Amy Schumer, but with Anne Hathaway, like, she's always been one of my favorites since I was a kid. Since Princess Diaries. Les Miserables.
Diaries.
Like, everything she does, I love.
Speaking of female comedians and shows that are on Netflix, a lot of people are talking about Grace and Frankie in the chat, which is also a show that I continue to enjoy and have been lucky enough to meet some of those cast members as well. And they're really great and fun people. And if you guys aren't on it, if you aren't already watching it, which I think a lot of people are, it's pretty
Yeah,
popular.
it's like on season 5 now.
Yeah.
Or something like something crazy, but it's definitely just keeps getting picked up.
Yeah, and I think it's because it's so unsuspecting. Like for people that are already fans of it, as I sure seem to be in the chat, it's so fun to watch these older women talk about some like very, very relevant and present issues. I love it. Grace and Frankie, it's good. I agree with everybody that's talking about it in the chat and maybe on the podcast comments.
Amy, did you watch anything else this week?
I did. a lot of wait, where'd it go? I'm looking at my list for you guys. Actually, it was a lot of Everything Sucks.
Good.
Good. Yeah, I know. See, you said it
No,
yourself.
I'll slow burn that one. I'll have it on in the background. I'll slow burn it.
While Amy's looking at her list, Rick, what did you watch this week?
Well, something that I did watch, and I wish Anthony could chime in on this, but he's one of our engineers, and he's in the engineering. I think he's doing another show right now. But I was watching this show today called The Ritual.
That sounds scary.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's a horror movie. It's about like four guys that go into the woods, they get lost, and they get caught up in this like crazy tree that kills them. And now like I'm at the end stage where I think I have 15 minutes left, and they're with like a cult.
What? You stopped
A tree that kills
15
them?
minutes left.
So I think I don't know quite the whole thing because like, I haven't
like-
finished it yet because I had to come here. I know my priorities.
But
I had to come here, but I know like I could watch enough of it, talk about it, and
Do you want to get back to finishing it? Like, do you?
Oh, no,
feel-
I totally do.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just like.
This film was amazing. I just gotta say. By the way, this is Anthony.
There
Anthony,
you
wait,
go.
are you, wait,
there.
can everybody hear us?
Yes, everyone can hear me right
Okay,
now.
good.
Hopefully, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So guys, this is Steve Kauffman, Kauffman right now.
Yeah, it's Anthony. You guys talking about The Ritual, right?
Yes.
Oh my God, what a fantastic
All right,
film.
dude, go.
I just gotta say, the cinematography was fantastic. I feel like the cinematographer on there had a field day where they shot it. I believe it was in Sweden. The character dynamics between the characters is just so good too. I mean, it's one of those horror films that actually has some emotional depth to them. It's not just like a slasher film, although it is in a sense a monster movie at heart because there is something that's hunting them out in the woods.
Yeah. No, I watched this because of you because you were saying this one, and then I watched Before I Wake.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, Before I Wake was also
I
fantastic.
thought the only thing disappointing me about it was because it was like PG-13. So like
Right.
when you do a horror movie that's PG-13, it already kind of loses me. It was really clever though.
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of those films as well that has that emotional depth to it because of like how the child was able to perceive everything as in how he saw it as from a child's mindset, you know, how he what the canker man actually really was, and how the supposed canker man like took away her mother and everything.
Well,
But
No, that's so scary.
No, it's great.
Hey,
It's so
already.
clever
No,
when you
it's
get to
It
the
sounds
kind of the
like an M.
reveal.
Night
It's super
Shyamalan.
clever.
When the
Really?
It is. It's a little M. Night
I don't know if
Shyamalan-esque.
that's a good thing or a bad thing.
No, it's
like,
one of
I
It's
haven't-
good. It's clever.
it's one of those horror films that like made me cry a bit because I was like it was so beautiful at the end.
Oh.
And that's Before I Wake.
Really, man?
Aw,
Yeah.
he's a
Really,
Libra,
dude?
He's a softie.
The Ritual was
It's
just
okay.
the Ritual was its own kind of like it didn't make me cry, but I really appreciated that film and I really enjoyed it. And just a shameful plug real quick. So in 2 weeks I will have the director and the cinematographer of The Ritual, David Bruckner, the director David Bruckner and the cinematographer come into Horror Movie News on Tuesday at 4 p.m. And that's I believe the 26th. I can't remember the exact date.
Awesome.
But in
Right on.
2 Tuesdays. so-
27th.
27th. Thank
There you
you.
go.
Yeah. So he'll be coming in on
So
our Popcorn
organized.
Talk Network.
Oh, that's great, dude. Thank you. And then, are you going to be watching Jeepers Creepers 3?
Oh yeah, once I'm able to find it. Yeah, I love the Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, me
franchise.
too, man. I was excited when they found out that they were going to be doing a Jeepers Creepers 3, and it's being dropped on Netflix. So.
Oh yeah, I'm so psyched for that. The first one was amazing. That's the first time I ever got exposed to Justin Long too, and he's just
He's great,
fantastic
yeah.
in that.
He's just
yeah,
not that into it.
it's such a good movie
just-
too.
he's
Thanks for letting me talk. I'm gonna be out now.
No, dude. Thanks
We
for
miss you.
popping on. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Anthony.
it.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of horror movies, I realized I never told you guys that I finally saw Gerald's Game.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, this was
Stephen
this was
King.
a while ago. But guys, I didn't know what to expect because I kind of like watching. I don't know if you guys are the same, where you'll just like watch something and it's like I don't know what it's about, but I'm just gonna be in for a treat.
Yeah, I like that.
And I'm not gonna say too much about it because I kind of want you guys to have the same experience. But 10 minutes in, I was like, wait, what? This is what's gonna happen? Are you kidding me? And then I was in. So
Yeah, it stars
That's
Bruce
something
Greenwood
else.
and Carla Gugino, and it's based on a Stephen King story. So if you like Stephen King, then you should watch it.
so good.
Thanks, but no thanks.
So, all right, finally, this is what I'm going to wrap with, and it sucks that Steve Kaufman's not here. Maybe I'll bring it up again next week. But something that dropped is a futile, stupid gesture. And usually on the thumbnail, you'll see Will Forte's face, like with a wig, and it's based on the creator of National Lampoon. So if you liked Animal House, if you liked Caddyshack, this is about the creator of the magazine and the producer of those movies in his life. And what I really liked about it is that's where a lot of like Bill Murray, Gilda Radner, Chevy Chase, all those guys got their start with the National Lampoon.
Is it a doc or is it a feature film? Like, what is
It's a film, but they do it in a like a funny documentary. Like it's a very National Lampoon. Like it's I'm saying, like you got Will Forte there, like playing like the younger character of the creator, and then you've got Martin Mull that plays like the older version of him, and then you've got like all these actors that go in. Like Joel McHale plays Chevy Chase,
Oh, that's perfect.
which is crazy. Like
That's
Jackie
perfect.
Tone from Glow, she plays Gilda Radner.
Oh.
So
Well,
it's
she's
yeah,
in
it's done very clever. Like it's one of those movies, the same thing. You can kind of have it on the background, but I really knew nothing about the creator of National Lampoon, and he came from he was at Harvard because like Harvard has their Harvard Lampoon, so he decided I'm gonna make this the National Lampoon. So it's one of those movies you can kind of just have on in the background and just have a good time. Like you don't have to like be so tuned in, but it's funny.
What's it called again? Sorry.
A futile, stupid gesture.
A futile, stupid gesture.
Interesting title.
Got it.
So I know that's what's kind of weird is that you would think like the National Lampoon story or something, but it doesn't have that title in there. That's why you wouldn't think that. But when you start watching it, it's like, oh, here we go. So it's like a biopic, but done in a very humorous way.
Cool deal.
Interesting. I also have been watching a lot of Oscar nominated movies. That's why I haven't really delved too far into the Netflix universe, and
And speaking of, like in
That's
2
where I
weeks,
go.
we probably won't be on air because that's the Oscars, which I believe is March 4th.
Also known
So-
as Hollywood's most holy night.
Yeah, so just not to tune in. Then I'll let you guys know again next week. But then but then we'll be back obviously the week after that. So
Cool.
I'm so excited.
it's something that dropped on Netflix that came out is a show called Mortified, and I plan on having the creator on our show next week. So check it out. Everybody on the panel, check it out.
Is Mortified based on that show, that actual play show where it's like mortified and they read their diaries?
Uh-huh.
Oh yes, I love that.
Yeah,
I've been to a mortified show.
my friend, creator Dave
Yes.
Nadelberg will be here to talk about the whole thing and how it got started. I don't want to give too many spoilers away. I'm just gonna say watch it and then tune in
That's so
and
exciting.
jump into the chat because he'll be here to answer questions.
Oh, that's so great. I've loved those live shows. That'll be really fun to talk to him.
Yeah. So
Very, very cool.
Wow, that looks good.
anything else, ladies?
I mean, like, what will you be watching this week, Mina?
This week, I just found out that the Joel McHale show came back, so
Well, it's dropping this week. Yeah.
yeah, so I feel like I'll keep up with that just because I like seeing what's going on in the realm of pop culture. Yeah, I don't have like anything that I'm
Anything planned yet?
yeah, nothing planned yet, although I really like that show Atypical. It's been out for a while. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna check out the comedy specials, and that's about it.
All right, man. So
Everything sucks.
where can everybody find you? Not only on social media, but here at AfterBuzz.
You can find me on the America's Next Top Model panel every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
And Amy Cassandra Martinez.
You guys can find me on all social media at Amy Cassandra MTZ. Also, tonight, Sunday nights at 9 p.m., Box Office Breakdown, we're going to be talking about the Black Panther. Oh my gosh! And then tomorrow on Marvel TV Weekly at 7.
Wow, how do I follow that? I'm just here, guys. I'm just here on Sunday, or if you want to talk to me online, find me at Ashley on camera. I'm always there, but here on Sunday nights.
And you guys can find me exclusively on Twitter. It's Steve Kauffman. Just kidding. You guys can find Steve at Steve KAUFMANN on Twitter. And I'm Rick Hong. You can find me on all social media at Rick Hong, RICKHONG. We'll be back here next week, Netflix picks, and I'll have the creator of Mortified. Peace.
Yay.
See you guys next
Bye.
week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Everything sucks.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.